Good morning and welcome to your daily weather operations brief. Starting us off today, seeing some low level clouds, only a couple out there, and some mid level clouds streaming in overhead with some clearing skies off to the west. Up to the north, also looking at some showers moving through, which we'll touch on right now. On the most recent radar scan here, we can see a couple cells up to the north across the Maryland border, moving towards Snow Hill and Pocomoke right now. Those cells do look to remain just north of the main base here, and none of them are producing lightning as of current. And with that storm track plotted there, we can see roughly about the next 45 minutes or so. And it does look like if everything remains the same, it will skirt just north of the area and north of much of the inhabited portion of Chincoteague. So hoping that remains unproblematic and does not expand southwards. Now, if we take a look at this morning's surface analysis chart, we can see that we have west northwesterly flow aloft, and then underneath that we do have a surface trough, a weak one, that is stretching from New England down into our local area, and that is what has brought us these early morning showers, especially in those areas just to the north. And as we move through the rest of the morning, we'll see that rain and cloud cover push offshore, and that should make way for those mostly sunny conditions expected later on today, featuring probably just a decent amount of fair weather cumulus clouds. And then, despite the fact that today is going to be a warm one and we have some moderate humidity for this time of the year, our instability still remains somewhat limited. So because of that, our high-resolution models haven't really been picking up on much activity today and expecting us to remain mostly dry for the afternoon if we don't pick up anything this morning. Overall, going to be a warm one, pretty hot, but operationally speaking, it's going to be a pretty quiet Thursday here across the Wallops area. As for the current weather conditions out on the base, we do have a few clouds at 600 that seem to be either moving out or burning away in the morning sun, and we have a scattered layer in between 7,500 feet and 10,000 feet. We have 5 statute miles of visibility due to some mist out there, and winds are largely out of the north at about 3 knots, temperature sitting at 78 degrees, and relative humidity of 87%. If we take a look at the satellite imagery here, we can see that some bubbling convection, up in Delaware, and we can see that line of convection that has started in Maryland that is pushing through Snow Hill and Pocomoke as of current. Again, once that passes off, we can see on the backside there plenty of mostly clear skies heading our way for daytime heating to get to work. And in reference to the model runs, this is a convective model here, high resolution on a 24-hour loop, and we remain mostly dry. It's not even initializing these morning showers that we're seeing off to the north. Some of the other models have been quite bullish on these showers and have kind of picked up on it a bit better. But for the afternoon, most models are in agreement that we look to remain dry and that there's not a huge threat of pop-up showers today. And that will bring us on to and move us on to the 24-hour forecast for the day ahead, in which temperatures this afternoon look to climb into the upper 80s. See mostly sunny skies once we get past that morning phase where we see these slight chances of morning showers. And then we will see temperatures drop down into the mid-70s. Our winds remaining light and variable for a majority of the day, turning west-southwesterly in the afternoon, kind of a sea breeze-driven wind direction there. Overall, looking past the showers this morning, looking at a green chart across the board for our operational concerns. And finally, here to wrap up the daily weather brief on Friday, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We'll see a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high in the mid 80s. Friday night, mostly cloudy, and we see a slightly greater chance of showers and thunderstorms, a low of 73. And then Saturday, once that unsettled weather or the chance for such moves out, we'll see mostly cloudy, mostly sunny conditions, some clouds mixing in, and a high of about 83 degrees with greens across the board, and things looking quite nice for the weekend to follow. That's going to conclude the daily weather operations brief. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their morning, and we'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook.